Imagine you are sitting in an important meeting. The whole room is silent. Only the ticking of the clock can be heard. Someone just dropped a subtle comment, not loud, not harsh, but it made everyone look at you. In that moment, you feel your heart race, your mind scrambling for an answer. You know that if you say the wrong thing, you could lose credibility, opportunity, and control of this room. But then, someone else speaks up. Calm voice, concise, precise. The whole room nods. No one objects. And you wonder, why does he win without arguing? Why does he make everyone listen while I have to strain myself to get attention? The truth is, it's not luck. It's not because they are smarter than you. It is a silent power, quiet power, which, when you possess it, you don't need to shout to be heard, nor fight to be respected. In the next 30 minutes, I will share with you 5 principles of quiet power, principles used by the Romans, leaders, and master negotiators for thousands of years. These principles will help you maintain calmness even when provoked, make the opponent reveal their weaknesses without you asking, and step out of any situation with a stronger position than when you entered. If you have ever felt overwhelmed, misunderstood, or overlooked, watch until the end, because today could be the day you regain control. Number 1. Master emotional stillness. What would you do if someone openly doubted you in front of a crowd? Argue to prove yourself right? Or smile and let them reveal their weaknesses? Last year, a friend of mine, Michael, was promoted to manage a sales team. In a meeting with the board, a colleague suddenly ambushed him. "I think your sales are just lucky." The room went silent, all eyes on Michael. I knew that before he would immediately rebut, his voice rising, trying to prove himself right. But this time, he just smiled, sat up straight, nodded, and paused for a few seconds. Then calmly responded with a single sentence based on data. No arguing, no impulsiveness. Result? The meeting continued, and a few days later, that colleague approached him to collaborate. What changed? Michael learned a simple but incredibly powerful secret. The first to lose calm is the first to lose. Why is calmness strength? Harvard research shows that under pressure, the brain loses 70% of logical processing if we let emotions control us. Calmness helps you create space for clear thinking, maintain control of the conversation, make it harder for others to read and manipulate you. Real example. In business negotiations, the side that shows impatience often loses advantage. An experienced negotiator once told me, "Silence for 5 seconds after they state a price. That silence is worth thousands of dollars." Common mistakes? Thinking quick reaction equals smart. Trying to win every word instead of achieving the final goal. Small lesson? Next time someone provokes you, pause 3 seconds before answering. Breathe deeply, observe, then speak. Just that moment, you regained control of the situation. But staying calm is not enough. There is something even stronger, something that can make others reveal everything you don't need to ask. And that is the power of silence. Number 2. Let silence lead. Have you ever been in a room where all eyes are on you? Someone just made an offer or a provocation. You know if you speak at the wrong time, you could lose control. And then someone else is silent. No reaction, no wavering, just silence. Result? They win without saying another word. In 2015, I attended a negotiation between a small startup and a large corporation. The startup CEO, Sarah, was a petite woman, but with a very calm gaze. For the first 30 minutes, she didn't say a word. I started wondering, what is she doing? Is she overwhelmed? Then the crucial moment came. The corporation made their final offer. Sarah looked up, put down her pen, and stayed silent. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
The room began to grow uncomfortable. One of their directors broke the silence by saying, "All right, we can raise by 15%. Then I understood. Sarah just made them concede using the gap between two sentences. Why is silence the most dangerous weapon? Creates invisible psychological pressure. People hate communication gaps and will try to fill them, often by talking too much or conceding. Increases the weight of words. After silence, every word sounds clearer and more notable. Maintains initiative. You force others to reveal intentions first while you still hold control. Close example. In a job interview, when asked, "What is your expected salary?" most answer immediately, losing negotiation chances. A savvy person will smile, pause a few seconds, then ask, "I'd like to understand more about the budget range for this position." Just a small pause, and you reverse the situation. Common mistakes. Fear of silence making things awkward, so speaking to break it. Thinking silence means weakness. Talking too much and revealing your weaknesses. Small lesson. Next time facing a tough question or offer, count slowly to 5 before responding. Sometimes the strongest thing you can say is nothing at all. But silence is only the first step. There is an even higher art, making others believe they understand you, while in truth, you are the one leading the entire game. That is, be strategically misunderstood.
Number 3. Master the art of being selectively misunderstood. Have you ever felt others think they fully understand you, but actually they only see a small part you intentionally show? Did you know that letting others misunderstand is not a bad psychological game, but a subtle art helping you stay in control, avoid conflict, and sometimes even make the opponent reveal their hand? Have you ever been misunderstood in a way that puts you at a disadvantage? Leave your thoughts below. A few years ago, I joined a project with a partner known as hard to deal with. In the first meeting, he kept pressing me to reveal the entire plan. I smiled and only gave a half-finished plan, enough for him to think he had read me, but still kept the most important parts. What was the result? Weeks later, he revealed his real strategy himself, thinking I had already shown all my cards. Then I played my key card, and the project turned in favor of both sides. See, I didn't lie. I just showed them part of the story, letting them fill the rest with their imagination. A famous writer once said, "Ambiguity is a tool of power. Those who know how to use it will control the game." So why does letting others misunderstand have such great power? Control information. You decide what others know and when. Reduce conflict. When someone thinks they read you, they feel less threatened and less tense. Trigger bias. When they are confident they are right, they tend to reveal weaknesses, unintentionally giving you the advantage. Imagine negotiating to buy a car. When the seller asks, "What color do you want?" If you answer immediately, "I definitely want black," you've revealed you're willing to pay more to get the exact color. But if you say, "I'm considering several options," you keep more room to negotiate and may save a considerable amount. To illustrate further, in The Godfather movie, Michael Corleone kept many secrets in his plans, making opponents confused about his true moves, creating strategic advantages in the power game. However, remember some common mistakes when applying this strategy. Confusing strategy with deceit. Using misunderstanding as a cover to outright lie damages trust. Keeping too much secret may make others feel you're insincere, losing chances to build lasting relationships. A small but precious lesson. You don't have to let everyone fully understand you. Sometimes a bit of intentional misunderstanding is the shield that keeps you safe, flexible, and in control in all communications. If you find this idea interesting, try to recall times you were misunderstood or unintentionally caused misunderstandings. What did you learn? Share your experience.
And don't forget, no matter how skillful you are, there will be times others intentionally challenge or attack you publicly. At that moment, you need another technique, one that turns a losing face moment into a time everyone respects you. And that technique is deflect without defending.
Number 4. Build presence through intentional absence. Have you noticed that people who always appear a lot and talk a lot are sometimes forgotten quickly? On the contrary, those who know how to disappear at the right time make everyone remember them forever. Have you ever felt you missed someone just because they didn't show up for a while? Share your feelings below. I really want to hear your story. There is an interesting psychological principle called the scarcity effect, meaning the harder something is to get, the more people value it. When you don't appear too often, your absence itself increases your value in others' eyes. A famous quote by Leonardo da Vinci emphasized, "Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication." And this strategic absence is how you make your appearance more precious than ever. The story goes, Steve Jobs did not always appear on stage. But every time he stepped out to introduce a new product, it was an event awaited by the entire tech world. Those moments were treasured not only for the product, but also because of how he chose to appear with weight. Not only Steve Jobs, many famous music groups also paused tours or activities to create scarcity. The result? Fans not only remember, but also increase their desire, making their comeback an event. But don't think absence means complete disappearance. A big mistake many people make is turning absence into real disconnection, making others forget you. You need to maintain at least a minimal presence channel, a message, a greeting, a light post, so the audience knows you still exist, still valuable. A closer example, I have a close friend at work. He rarely joins meetings or large group chats, but every time he appears, his opinion is always listened to and respected. That is the power of intentional absence. Small lesson. Strategic absence makes your presence more valuable than ever. What do you think about this approach? Is there anyone in your life you miss because they don't show up often? Leave your story for me. And when you've mastered the art of absence, don't forget, true power also lies in the ability to walk away at the right time, the right way. Let's explore the final secret in this series. Walk away without burning bridges. Number 5. Walk away without burning bridges. Walk away without burning bridges. Knowing when to leave without burning bridges. Have you ever wondered, when is the right time to truly walk away? And more importantly, do you know how to leave in a way that still maintains respect and keeps doors open for the future? Please share your story about a meaningful departure, whether from a job, a relationship, or a difficult phase. I would love to hear it. Walk away without burning bridges is not just about leaving, but the art of leaving at the right time and in the right way, preserving your self-worth, and most importantly, maintaining good relationships even when you no longer walk alongside them. Did you know? According to Tony Robbins, how you end one chapter of your life determines how the next chapter begins. Human psychology tends to fear loss more than it desires change. We cling to things that no longer fit because we fear being left behind, fear change, and fear losing relationships. I remember an investor I know who pulled out of a startup at the right moment after realizing it had no more growth potential. Instead of running away, he left professionally, keeping friendly relations with the partners. The result? He was invited to collaborate on a bigger project, and the old doors remained wide open for him. Another close friend left his company peacefully, without blame or negativity. He sent sincere thanks, kept in touch, and later returned to a higher position, with absolute respect from colleagues and leaders. On the other hand, many people leave in anger, leaving a bad image behind, losing the chance to come back or receive support later. A small lesson.
Those who know how to leave at the right time and act with grace are not only respected, but also maintain power in the game. Have you ever left something important? How did your way of leaving change your life? Share your thoughts. And once you master the art of leaving, remember this is not the end, but a new beginning. With these 5 steps of personal growth, controlling emotions, strategic silence, selective mystery, intentional presence, and knowing when to leave, you truly hold the power to master the game. If you find this series of techniques useful, please share it so someone who needs to hear this today can benefit. Life will always open new opportunities for those who know how to preserve their value and relationships. We have explored together 5 important steps to build personal power and control the game in every situation. 1. Control your emotional temperature. Be the thermostat, not the thermometer. You don't need to be controlled by emotions. The wise person keeps emotional temperature stable, mastering the situation rather than being swept away by external emotional waves. 2. Harness the strategic power of silence, the sharp weapon of silence. Silence is not passive, it is a sharp weapon. Knowing when to remain silent creates pressure and extracts valuable information from others. 3. Master the art of being selectively misunderstood, skillfully letting others misunderstand you. You don't need everyone to fully understand every aspect of you. Keeping some secrets lets you maintain control and create advantages in communication. 4. Build presence through intentional absence. Make your mark through strategic absence. Showing up less doesn't mean disappearing. Knowing how to be absent makes you valuable and ensures every appearance leaves a deep impression. 5. Walk away without burning bridges. Knowing when to leave without burning bridges. Strength is not only about staying, but also about the ability to leave at the right time, maintaining respect and keeping doors open for the future. Life will continuously challenge you, but when you actively control your emotions, skillfully use silence, keep just enough mystery, appear selectively, and know when to walk away, you not only become stronger, but also master your own game. If you find this series of techniques helpful, please share so more people can have the chance to take control of their lives.